or to send a WhatsApp, do so via 050 128 7818 050 128 or visit www.afaccra.org. Alliance Francaise, French up your life now. Now it's time to go straight into our conversation, and I'm super excited to introduce our guest for this morning. I've had him here before. He's no new face to the AM Club. Amazing person. I'm ready to learn a lot. Prophet Theophilus Jeffries is our guest this morning. He's a marriage and relationship counselor. He's also an emotionologist and a life coach. Welcome again, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's really good to have you.
Always a pleasure.
It's always the class for me. It's always the class. Dripping in finesse, So,
Professor.
Whoa, I love prophecy. I'm waiting for my latest prophecy, but let's jump straight into it. And I'm going to ask you, of course, first question to be what emotional intelligence is. Really.
You see, emotional intelligence has to basically do with your self-awareness of your emotions, and then your self-regard for them, and then your ability to live, to manage, and overcome them. Unfortunately, people have not been able to recognize, accept, some are not even aware of their own personal emotions. So emotional intelligence is that intelligence you have as a person, which gives you the upper hand and the mastery to be in charge of your emotions, so that your emotions don't control you, don't dictate you, don't regiment your life, so that you are in charge. It's just like money. Money can either control you or you control money. So emotion and money are equal. They are good servants but bad masters. So if you are aware of your emotions, you are intelligently handling them, you are in charge, you are in control, and whatever you are in control of will see through properly. Like your car, if you're driving and you lose control of your car, fatal accidents. So a lot of people have a lot of mental accident, marital accident, financial accident, because they have not been able to control their emotion. The emotion went waywire. They lost it. Yeah.
Interesting. So I was just going to say, so let's bring it to relationships, emotional intelligence in relationships, and how important it is.
You see, relationships are becoming so important part of our life now. For example, the stress, the conflict, two human beings coming from two different backgrounds, belief system, ideology, concept to life, different upbringing, different mindset. And mindset, belief system are very like mindset. The mind has been set. So the way they see stuff, their social construct, their spiritual construct is totally different. So bringing these two people together to live harmoniously, like a keyboard, the black keys and the white keys, they must be able to play, to produce a good sound. You can bring a very powerful keyboard and nothing is wrong with the keyboard, but if you don't know how to play a keyboard, you jump on that keyboard, you're going to produce noise, you're going to very nuisance to your hearers. But once you are an expert in handling the keyboard, you can combine the keys nicely to compose a nice melody. So somebody listens and says, wow, another person says, oh, you are making noise. Same manner, if people are not emotionally matured, when they come together, they will not be able to communicate properly. For example, you have to communicate your grievances, communicate your wants, communicate your displeasure. Unfortunately, when it comes to even displeasure, most people don't even know how to communicate.
Yep. That is
they either vent, they become angry, they become bitter. In our society here now, once you are even trying to express your displeasure, people say, oh, you are angry, you are angry, you are angry. So people have not been taught how to meaningfully really relate in communication. For example, in marriage, there are three problematic areas: communication, sex, and money. If you are not able to communicate properly, the rest become very fatal. And communication is key in relationships. So emotional intelligence is so important in relationships such that you could handle your partner emotions and your emotion, because there are two types of emotional intelligence in relationship: the intra-intelligence and then the interpersonal intelligence. Now, the interpersonal intelligence has to do with your self-regard for other people, your self-awareness for other people, and then the managing other people's emotions. If I have a partner, I should be able to manage the emotions of my partner. Although I am not the cause for the emotions of my partner, but I can contribute. I am a major contributor to the emotions of my partner. I'm either going to influence it, I'm either going to add to it, aggravate it. So when I am aware of emotional intelligence, I'm emotionally intelligent oh, bro, I should be able to handle my partner's emotion nicely, amicably, not out of vindictiveness, not out of judgment, because in communication, you must not confront, you must not condemn, you must not criticize. Unfortunately, when we are communicating in relationships, oh, come on, condemnation, criticism, judgment, cynicism, confrontation. So people don't even end up listening to what you want to say, because when you are communicating, it's not what you want to say, why you want to say it, but how you say it.
Yeah.
The how is the key. And emotional intelligence teaches you how to approach the issue. For example, there are very serious issues you have to sit your partner with and talk. People run away from it, so they are not emotionally mature. But they are not ready to face the facts.
Interesting.
Yeah, very true. So now you've given us a lot of scenarios right now. You've gone in depth, but we need like an example. Imagine we're in a relationship, and like you said, there's a big conflict. And what is the practical examples on dealing with that?
Or if there are conflicts will come. We don't deny that conflicts will come, but your ability to empathize, empathy is key. Emotionally intelligent people have highly empathic skills, able to empathize with their partner so that you don't rush them. For example, I should be able to say no to you, my partner, without you getting angry, without you becoming a drama queen. Unfortunately, you can't say no to a lot of people. These are very practical issues. Just say no. Why are you saying no to me? I have the prerogative to say no and to say yes. But I should be able to say the no, not in a vindictive manner, not rudely, not with arrogance. You know that. So if I'm not able to agree with your no, I should compromise. People can compromise. So in a relationship, there will be no scenarios. There will be yes scenarios that people should be able to agree to. You understand that one? So if people are not being able to, how do I put it? Recognize themselves. For example, one of your highest skill in self-awareness in relationship is your ability to know when you are about to vent out.
Yeah.
You know that you are reaching your limit. This one, you are about to flare up. You must be aware. People are not aware.
Yeah.
Most conflicts that become so chaotic could be avoided if people have highly self-awareness skill to know that, hey, you are about to cross the line. Close off. Some conversation, let's sleep over. Let's come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Someone say, no. Communication is mentally draining. So you have to do with conflict. Communication is emotionally stressful if it has to do with misunderstanding.
Yeah.
So if there's a misunderstanding, if there's a conflict, you need emotional energy to handle it. Do you know that most people only go for financially stable individuals? We talk about financial stable. Oh, is he financially stable? Is she financially stable? But see, emotional stability
that's the most
is the most important.
Yeah.
If you marry a man or a woman who is financially stable, but they are not emotionally stable, their mood swing, their mood, their tone, their gestures, their demeanor, their approach, their behaviors, their attitudes is going to be weird.
Yeah.
In fact, you will run out of the house. Do you know that love does not hurt? It's expectation that hurts.
Yep. Say it all the time.
Yeah.
Say it all the time.
It's
all the time.
expectations.
But then, Prof, what
interesting.
causes low emotional intelligence?
Okay. One of the things that cause low emotional intelligence, people who don't have ability to love themselves.
This is why I'm not gonna lie, my emotional
But once you can't love
high.
yourself, you don't like your face, who will like your face?
Oh goodness.
You don't like your look, who should like your look? So one of the first fundamental to emotional intelligence in relationships is your ability to love yourself. Loving yourself is not selfishness, it's called self-care. Because guess what? If everybody leaves, it's only you have. So taking care of, I wrote a book yet to be published anyway. It's called If You Fall in Love Again. There are 7 things you must not do. Number 1, you must not forsake yourself. Unfortunately, once people fall in love, they forget themselves. They just think of the person. You live your life just around them. So once they are walking out of your life, they've taken a chunk of your life. Your life can become so catastrophic. So self-care, love yourself, appreciate yourself, admire yourself, honor yourself. Do you know those who respect themselves don't find it difficult respecting others. The Bible said that love yourself, love your neighbor as yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't love people.
Yeah.
Those who love themselves are lovable. Those who respect themselves are more respectable. Those who are able to accept themselves can be able to accommodate anywhere. They don't have low self-esteem. They don't victimize. They are not beggarly. They don't have this weird mindset because they have been able to take care of themselves. That's why any investment in bettering yourself, if I should use a word like that, or self-improving yourself, enhancing yourself, advancing yourself is the wisest investment.
Definitely.
If I go and better myself, I'll speak better. I'll teach better. I'll educate better. So self-improvement, self-awareness is great. So
There's
what
a
we
lot
can-
of. So I'm so sorry. Because Prof he's full.
Yeah.
He's full, and not to miss the point. What I took in responding to Ms. Jo's question was to empathize with people,
Yes.
and then I want a step by step. Then I know that I can follow. So you said empathy,
Yes.
being able to empathize with people, and then what else? You said self.
you should be able to recognize when people are immediately moody.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's
of course.
is that the empathy part?
Yeah, it-
okay. So I'm
it's
asking that
empathy.
aside from empathy, what
Yeah.
else can you? What are some of the things that you can do practically
Yes.
to be more emotionally intelligent?
Yes, so like say you have a partner who has a low
Yes.
emotional intelligence. How do you
Deal with
that person?
If people have low emotional
Yes, you're already in the
intelligence,
relationship and it was
Yes.
too late. You
Yes.
realized
Uh-huh.
now we're together and your mine is up here and yours is down there. How am I going to deal
the
with this
first one is
individual?
patience. Yeah, you got to be
You tell
very,
your face, you don't like that one.
You got to be very patient with most of these people. But guess what? If you are patient with someone who is not teachable, you're going to be frustrated. Because persistence is only in the right direction. If you persist in the wrong thing, you'll still be wrong. So if I am patient with you, but you are not willing to learn, you are not willing to accommodate, you are not willing to adapt, you are not willing to self-improve, my patience is going to be very futile and wasteful. So although I will say be patient with them, they must be willing to learn, they must have a mixed spirit, able to receive correction, adaptation, instructive. But if they are not, patience will not work. So you need to be very patient with them because you see, why did you stop bathing outside when we're growing? You stopped bathing outside because you grew.
Yeah.
Yeah, growth happened to all of us. So there are many things once we grow, we will leave them
We'll
behind.
leave them behind. That's very interesting.
So people
Very,
should just invest in growth. So there are things we don't criticize, we don't condemn. Just allow them to grow. Once people are growing and they are intentional about their growth, because growth must be intentional. You don't improve unintentionally. You don't become better unintentionally. You can only improve with an intentional intent.
interesting.
So basically, you're saying a person with high emotional intelligence and low emotional intelligence, they're not compatible.
They are not compatible. It's a journey uphill. That does not mean it's not possible. If the one with low emotional intelligence is meek or she's meek, humble, could be corrected, could be taught, could learn to self-improve, and the one with high emotional intelligence has patience, they can build that.
Beautiful.
But the one that is low, if it's arrogance, what can you do with an arrogant person? And a lot of arrogance is connected to ignorance because you see the two together, arrogance and ignorance. There's nothing you can do.
Prof, you did say that when it comes to relationships or marriage, three main things are the problem: communication, sex, and money. So I'm thinking about communication, and when we started the show, Ms. Jo and I were talking about something in communication, in being emotionally intelligent, communication-wise, with your partner. If, say, you've done something wrong and you want to communicate it to your partner, would you say it's emotional intelligence to know when, study the mood, know when it's appropriate to tell this person this, even though the person would want to know the truth about whatever it is? Would you say that being emotionally intelligent also means, emotionally intelligent means that you're going to observe your partner. You know when is the right time to hit the person with whatever you're going to say. You don't just get up and say it, or you just go ahead and say it because you're being truthful and honest with your person.
Yeah. You don't communicate because you have to talk.
There we go.
You don't communicate because you are eloquent. You don't communicate because you have something to say. You communicate to be understood. And I can't understand what you are saying if I'm not in the right frame of mind. If I am stressed, if I am that duress. So timing is key, especially like I said, communicating grievances, misunderstanding and error can become emotionally draining, mentally fatiguing. So when the issue is huge, from being ninja, the colossal nature of that issue. Maybe you are. I read a story on your page about, I think, broken pen. You know, that lady, for example, struggling to, should she tell the partner? The timing is key because such an issue is heavy. It can collapse the relationship.
There you go.
And it can cause the guy to leave that relationship with the wrong notion to prejudice against women. And say, all these girls, they are like this because one got him disappointed. So timing is key. When to say what you have to say is very key. Observe their mood, observe their energy level, observe their enthusiasm level, observe when they are excited, observe when you have done something nice for them. Then you can drop. You don't just talk because you have to talk.
I like
or
that.
you have something to say. You want to talk to be understood.
Talk to
and
be
for the
understood.
person to understand you, he must be ready.
Yeah.
And if I'm ready mentally, emotionally, psychologically, even women, biologically, if she's having, you know, either their season and stuff like that, and all those stuff, you know, around that time,
hormonal period.
Oh, hormonal period. A nice conversation can become a bad conversation.
Just
There you
like
go.
that.
Yeah, just like that.
And
you
some
know.
men who are not patient will not be able to.
At all.
Exactly. So it
But
goes
let me be
two
quick to
ways.
add this. There are some disclosure. You don't easily disclose them early.
Thank you.
Disclosure must be time related, must be intimacy related. I don't just meet you and then I begin to divulge all my past to you.
Come on.
Not at all.
Hope people are
So if
listening.
you go behind my back with a shovel, and you dig my past and you've got some information, then you are trained at my face that you've lied to me. No, there's some information. I have to be very careful because how sure am I that the relationship is going to work?
Exactly.
If it doesn't work, you're going to live with my information. So disclosure is always at a particular level of relationship. The more closer, the more I can trust you, the more I can tell you certain stuff.
Yeah.
So trust level determine how deep I go in communication.
But would you say there are some people you shouldn't even tell anything to at all because you've observed that the person may not be able to handle whatever
yes,
it is?
yes.
Does that mean you're being dishonest to the person? You're not being truthful to the person?
No.
Or you know that this person won't be able to manage this part of my life
Yeah.
or my past, so there's no need going into it. That's being emotionally intelligent.
No,
right?
yes.
No, but then if you're in a relationship, that means you're keeping a secret.
No, but you have to disclose everything about you to a
about
person.
you to a person.
If we're in a relationship, I think there are quite a few things that
No,
you must know about
I
me.
disagree.
Yes,
Marriage.
There
You're
are
gonna
some
be
few
together
stuff
forever.
there are some few stuff you need to know, but not everything.
Wow, so you are saying that secrets are allowed in marriages?
So for
All
instance-
secrets are allowed.
So for instance, before-
in a relationship, but in marriage, that's
I
why.
guess I'm talking about marriage. Are secrets allowed, Prof? Say it.
No, secrets before you enter the marriage. Or secrets of your relationship.
Is it in a relationship like dating, courting, or in the marital
Talking about
relationship?
your past. So
if I've been in a relationship with this person, now we are married,
Yes.
and certain things about my past, am I not supposed to tell my husband?
Yes. So in marriage, no secrets is allowed.
That's what I wanted
in marriage,
to hear.
In marriage,
That's not
marriage.
what you were saying.
So
no, you know what? Okay, so
Yes.
I'm saying that whatever the secret is
Yes.
a secret of your relationship with the
Yeah,
person or
yeah.
secret of your past.
Yes.
If I've been, let's say, I don't understand an example. Everybody say, "Oh, but this person."
God forbid you maybe were abused back in the day,
Yes.
and it's something that you've dealt
Maybe I
with.
was
a
raped
trauma.
as a child.
no.
Let's say I was raped as a
Let me give you.
child.
I have an example. There was a lady that was raped.
There you go.
The guy who raped her, molested her. It was not even a nice experience for her to remember. So she hates sex. Now here she is dating a guy in my church, and they're about to get married. Then she gave the guy an ultimatum that when we even get married, you only have sex with me after 1 week. The guy took it for granted, so he came and told me. I said, no, let me invite the lady.
The lady.
I invited her. She said, Pastor, can you excuse this gentleman?
I wanna talk to
She's
you.
my daughter. I brought her, so I can trust you. What happened? Then she told me the experience. This was what happened. It's been so traumatizing that if she remembers sex, the only picture that comes inside her head is that
Is that
experience.
Yes. So at this point, does she not tell her husband when they get married?
Okay, so you see, that is why counseling is important.
Yeah.
Before.
That's the topic.
So you
what
see,
I'm saying is,
yes.
Prof, that if it will affect the marriage,
Yes.
then of course, by all means, find a way to divulge it to the
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
If it won't affect the marriage
Yes.
at all,
At all.
do you need to?
No, if it will
divulge
not, for example, you see, most people are not ready
to handle?
to handle. So there are most people, they are honest. They are not dishonest. They are just trying to even protect you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes
Exactly.
all of us, there are stuff you wouldn't want to tell your partner. Not because you are trying to hide it. How will she feel? Can she handle it?
Emotional
so intelligence. So you are considering that. So people hold on for a longer period, congesting, pondering,
Sometimes if you hold on
holding,
too long,
holding.
It can become. Sometimes if you hold on too long, it could be mistrust. Because if I find out later on that you decided that I am not going to be able to handle it, and I find out randomly 6 years deep, then that breaks the trust from the beginning. Because why didn't you say, who are you to decide whether or not I could handle it or not? Allow me to have
that's
that
why
decision.
it's called emotional intelligence. I need to observe you. I need to know you. I'm still getting to know you.
Yes.
And you can't
For example, in the relationship,
forever.
so simple thing, you always yield. You get angry. Latest sauce.
I
you
know
chase me out of the house
come and
with
tell
a broken bottle.
Come and cut my
Hey.
head. So anyways, we have some messages on WhatsApp. This is very interesting. Good morning, boss. I beg, I'm in love with the lady on this morning show. Kindly link me.
Yeah.
Her name is Miss Drew,
Come
your
on.
hostess with the mostest on YouTube, on Instagram.
On YouTube, Mystery
Go and
TV,
send her
follow
a
on
message
Instagram
there.
or find me at church.
You're not being emotionally intelligent right now. We are here. We are not men, Abby. Anyways, Miss Drew, love you so much. Good morning. Says Apostle get too much sense. Wow, really learning a lot. Love your show always, Roland. Thank you very much, Roland, for that. Good morning, MX24 TV. I've been watching your program most of the time. Okay, happy birthday to Paul Deku's mother, Mrs. Deku, Kafi Fatima at Keta. Abochi Philip from Keta, youth organizer, hopeful in Keta. All right, thank you very much for your message. Those are the messages that are coming on our WhatsApp in wrapping our conversation. Mr. You have a last question for Apostle?
The last question would be for anybody who is watching, they're in a relationship or whatever, how do they detect what level of emotional intelligence their partner is so they know how to apply the things that you have taught us today?
The first one is, how quickly do you recognize if you are out of bounds? Yes, most people don't even know what the triggers are. What triggers anger for you? How will you call disappointment? So people should work this in mathematically. Sit down after this show. Right. What are the things that get me angry? What are the things that gets me provoked? What atmosphere that makes me feel awkward and weird? You should be able to dictate some. There are some places I don't go. There are some things I don't listen to because it pisses me off. So I regulate myself. I know how I respond to anger, to disappointment. So once you disappoint me, I have a solution. So your disappointment will not going to have a toll on me. Yes. So people should be able to sit down mathematically. How do you respond to most of these everyday emotions in your relationship? Anger. Begin to observe yourself. Yeah. From day to day, from today, from this morning. Write it down, analyze it, and then you begin to adapt. It will help.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Lots of messages coming in, but we have to go. I know people are really watching. Hello, Godwin. Man, I'm loving this with my fiance here. Ismail watching you live from Lobe. You're a very wise man. Listen to it with her is very wise. Good morning, y'all. James. I'm having girlfriend, which I later discovered she's having a man already. I have a girlfriend, which I later discovered she already has a man. It's been a year now, and she keeps on telling me she's going to break up with him.
Hey!
I love her and don't know what to do. So
emotional intelligence is to actually leave. That one is to leave.
Is that the case?
That's the case.
Yes.
That's the case.
All right. Good morning, guys. This conversation is really, really educative. Keep the good work, Nyamiche and Sampa. Guys, thank you for your messages. We truly appreciate it. We are done with our conversation on emotional intelligence in relationships. If you just tuned in, you missed out, but you can get it on our YouTube channel at MX24GH. Prof. Theophilus Jeffries, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. How do we follow you on social media?
Just on Facebook, Apostle Theophilus Jeffries.
Apostle Theophilus Jeffries on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Thank
Lovely.
you very
Amazing.
much. We have a nice song for you, Omope by